we share 6 beautiful children. We've been married for almost 40 years. Well, we've been together for almost 40 years, married 35 of those. And we share a wonderful family. And he began as an advocate, I think, as a child. Right away, I could see that he was always very concerned about his brothers. And, we spent a lot of time caring for his brother's children when they were incarcerated. So he was advocating even then for them, trying to help them to find a better way and create a better path. So I think that the advocacy has been innate in him, probably from birth, wanting to look after others and see if he can create a better environment for others.
It was 2014, and I had written a letter to the editor at the Augusta Chronicle, and Jesse Willard called me and asked if he could meet with me. And so he and his wife Doris came here, and we spent probably an hour and a half talking about child abuse, child maltreatment, my history. They had been child advocates in California, and I think they did a lot of education advocacy for children.
We were brought a case about sexual assault of children that had happened decades ago, and we began to be asked to get involved with this small group of people who were concerned about that case and how they felt like nothing real ever happened, nothing substantive came out of that for those girls. And so we decided to take it on, a little reluctant at first because we weren't sure if the individuals who wanted us to look into it were self-serving or their intentions were really to have something substantive come out of it for these girls. And so after we did our own research and took our own time to take a look at the case, we found that there were some serious concerns that we had about the case and that the school indeed had not done enough to provide protection for these children. And we needed to make sure that that wasn't continuously repeating itself.
I actually was invited to go to a meeting that they organized, and I gave a basic overview of why and how to report suspected child abuse and neglect, and made it as very simple as I could. And there were representatives there, legislators and school officials, but they had organized that entire meeting, again, to try to improve how things were being done in the school system. From that, I had talked a little bit about Darkness to Light, Stewards for Children. It's a child sexual abuse prevention program. You can look at it on the internet, and there are some free trainings, d2l.org. And Jesse actually funded, through his I Breathe, I Rise Foundation, training that I did for Richmond County Board of Education. And he and I sent letters to Dr. Pringle and got approval. I think the first training was for 83 nurses and counselors. And so I did the Darkness to Light training there, and I did another one with the Richmond County Health Department. And he and his daughter, Queen, participated in that as well.
So I initially met Jesse when his grandkids were a part of our primetime program, when I worked for that program. And, he was always great, and, he was just making sure that the program was successful. Beyond that, after I was in the primetime program, I moved on to camp director. And his grandkids were also a part of that program. And, one day he came to me and he said, "How many kids do you have? And would it be okay if I sponsored a snow cone day for the kids?" And I said, yes, that's definitely cool with me, because usually the kids would bring their own money, their own funds. And in the community, these days, maybe some parents don't have enough money even for $1 for snow cones. And so he just, out of the kindness of his heart, spent his time and money on some snow cones for all the kids in our summer camp. And we're talking about 100+ kids.
Okay, I met Jesse here at the Family Y. as one of the grandparents, enrolling his grandchildren into our summer program. Through conversation, right away, I picked up on his great spirit, his love for children, his love for our community, and how passionate he is when it comes to children and just offering them a brighter future and making things available here in South Augusta for our children and our families. And here at the Y, we're all about meeting the needs of our community. So he was a perfect fit for our board, and just partnering up with him and having his passion and love on our board is so valuable to us.
And even here, he did donate some computers to our computer lab. And the after-school kids, they love it, they use it, they use it with their homework, and technology is taking over these days. So, that's very instrumental in their success here at Augusta South Family Y. So he's done so much for us. We love him and what he's contributed to us, time, funds, whatever, it doesn't even matter. He's done so much for us, and we're grateful to have him.